Okay, good morning, everyone, again. It's 11 a.m. And this is what I see, March 25th, 2026, and this is a special meeting for the Presidio Commissioners County, Presidio County Commissioners Court, and we're at the County Courthouse Annex. At this time, Ms. Cataya, please go to the platform.
County Judge Christopher Will Jr. Commissioner Precinct 1, Deirdre Heisler. Here. Commissioner Precinct 2, Malaria Hernandez.
Here.
Commissioner Precinct 3, Obed Diaz.
Here.
Commissioner Precinct 4, Betty Knight. You have a form.
Well,
Can I
thank you.
just make a recommendation that we make sure that Obed's name's on?
Oh, I did.
Can everyone,
I sent the wrong one to everybody else, but it's.
Okay.
can everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everyone. Right now, we're gonna start with any public comments. Please state your name and where you're coming from.
So my name is Justin Hampton from Los Angeles, your manager at the Shinari Hot Springs. And my public comment is about the roads, county roads out there. There is nothing that's really being done so. They're not being maintained. We have get pretty much every day full houses, and we're only gonna get busier. So my concern is the roads. We're having flats, guests getting flats. I got flats, and I moved out there in July. End of July, I already have more than 6 flats on that road. All the county is doing is just scraping the dirt and just putting it back, which is more dangerous because it's not compacted in there. It's loose dirt. You can lose control easy, and especially on some of the hills and the curves. We have a few curves out there where if 50 feet from that curve, there's a 200-foot drop off. And all it takes is one guest coming in at night. They're not going to see it. They're going to go over, and that's it for the guest, So my main concern is the roads. There's something that we need to do to get the roads better so they can last longer. Because they're not really taking care of the roads at all.
Does it have any reflectors on those
No,
curves?
nothing.
I was gonna say, last time.
There's no signs. There's also county road signs are basically coming. Eddie Rich Road, and we know who's doing it. It's not my job to go to tell them to stop. Our concern are those roads. We have guests up there every day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Just
Justin, change your name.
Anyone else? Okay, we're gonna start with our routine agenda items. Discuss and take action to approve budget amendments and/or line item transfers.
Yes, sir. So we do have line item transfers. The first one's for the county judge, dues and memberships line, $205. From insurance for the judge's medical insurance. The next one's for the county judge, education and travel. For medical insurance, and this is to cover the judge's travels for the remainder of the fiscal year. To the elections department, to operating supplies, $2,726.62. $726.62 from education and travel, $1,000 from notices, $1,000 from other services, and this is to cover supplies for the May runoff election. To the VCSO office, to the operating supplies, $303 from medical insurance for the Commissioner Heisler medical insurance budget, $303 to cover flag purchase or to cover the flag purchases for the, I believe, Memorial Day. To JP2 equipment lease, $800 from capital outlay, and this is to cover year 1 payment lease and to move the funds into the correct category. To the tax office overtime, $354.84 from education and travel to cover costs, overtime costs due to the March election. To the courthouse overtime budget, $1,000 from repairs and maintenance, buildings and grounds to cover overtime costs due to the elevator work being done at the courthouse. To the dispatch budget, service contract licenses, $480 from other services to cover work done by Nectar Computers. To the Senate Bill 22 Sheriff's Office operating supplies, $1,525.26 from capital outlay, $960 from other services from capital outlay. And this is to move the funds into the correct categories. To the operational Lone Star, office expenses, $992.54 from capital outlay. To operating supplies, SB 22 Sheriff's Office, $3,840.42. And this is to cover the toner purchase and Starlink mini dishes, wet mounts for their vehicles. And the last one to the Road and Bridge Department, repairs and maintenance equipment, $6,290 from the extension agent salary. And this is to cover the road repairs to the golfing association.
Thank
Those
you.
are the line item transfers.
All of this looks like, they are certainly, needed. And so I'm going to, make a motion that we approve budget amendments. No, we approved line item transfers as presented.
I'll say.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item is discuss and take action to approve the treasurer's list of claims and bills. Treasurer,
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
The amount of bills for this round is $141,839.14. There was, the sheriff's office purchased a vehicle.
Which had previously been approved by Commissioner Sport.
This is a different vehicle. It's a different vehicle. It's another truck.
So this hasn't come before Commissioner.
It doesn't have to come in before
Okay.
Commissioners because it's under the
Loans.
$100,000 threshold.
All right.
any other discussion? Anything else? Rosita?
No, I think that's all, Commissioner.
I'll make a motion that we approve the treasurer's list of claims and bills as presented.
I have a motion on the table.
I'll say.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. To our regular agenda items, you're gonna go to number 3. This item is brought by Cynthia Ramirez with the Presidio County Appraisal District. Is she with us?
She's on there,
Oh, she's virtual. Okay, it says updated from Presidio County Chief Appraiser Cynthia Ramirez on HB 9 regarding the 125,000 exemptions for business personal property.
Hello, good morning. I'm sorry we're having visual problems here with our camera. I'm sorry I could not be there today, but I just wanted to update. Sam.
No, you can keep going.
I just wanted to update the county commissioner's office and let y'all know that this past legislative session, there was a House Bill 9 that passed regarding the exemption for business personal property accounts. In the past, the exemption was worth $2,500. And this year they passed an exemption of $125,000 on all business personal property accounts. So I wanted to make the county aware that your budget for, your certified values for 2026 are going to drop. Because you're looking at about the majority of the business personal properties here in Marfa and in Presidio that are $125,000 or less are gonna have an exempt value, so they're not gonna be taxable. So you're looking at losing about $8,878,000 in value for the 2026 tax year. We're looking at, go ahead.
Can you repeat that amount, Cynthia?
Yes, please. Can you repeat that?
You're looking at about $8,878,370 in loss of value. That's for business personal property accounts with less than $125,000. And that also includes all Airbnbs that are less than 125,000. That also does not include your larger accounts that are going to be given that exemption for $125,000. So you're looking at Big Ben Telephone, AT&T, AEP, all those large ones are gonna have that exemption as well. So it will more than likely drop more for 2026. So I just wanted to let you know that will show some loss in value when I do the pre-certified values, the preliminary values for you at the end of April. You'll see a drop there, but we're not gonna have all of our business personal property accounts in yet because some request extensions. So we can do another preliminary run in May, and you can see a little bit more what we're looking at. And then, of course, you're still looking at protest hearings. So I just wanted to let you know what kind of impact you all will be looking at for this year.
Cynthia, thank you for that. When was the effective date of that legislation?
It is January 1st of this year, 2026.
So it's actually, this is gonna have a profound effect on our FY 2027 budget.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And then I also just wanted to let y'all know that I'll be working on my preliminary budget as well, and that one will be seeing an increase as well due to the new annex office there in Presidio. So we'll be looking at increasing it anywhere between $25,000 and $26,000 for that new annex office there in Presidio. And then also, I really need appraisal review board members. If anybody there in Presidio is interested, please go by our annex office and fill out an application. We really need a representation from South County. And if you have any questions or need further information, I'm available. You can call me here at the office, or you can call the Presidio Annex office for more information.
Cynthia, when you stated that the PCAD's annual budget will be increasing, was that because of that y'all are now renting an office here in Presidio? Was that $27,000?
Yeah, we're looking between 22 and about between 22 and 25, somewhere around there is what I was calculating.
That will be divided between all the entities. That's not just for Presidio County, correct?
No, ma'am, that will be divided between all the entities. It's just, I'm just telling you that there's an increase on my budget. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Cynthia, is there any clarifications that you that you'll see for the review members?
Any what? I'm sorry, Mr. Escondrias.
Any qualifications, and is this a paid deal or something? Because they're gonna ask us. I'm new here, so I'm asking all these questions. So, is there anything we have to tell them for them to apply for the review, for the appraisal review board?
Oh, yeah, they have to fill out an application. And then that application is submitted to the district judge, and he's the one who appoints the appraisal review board members. But they do have to live in the county for at least 2 years or more.
And approximately how many meetings would an appraisal review individual have to make?
Usually in Presidio, we only have 1 day of hearings. In Marfa is where we'll usually run about a week. And we pay $150 per day and per diem as well.
Thank you, Cynthia. Any other
You're
discussion?
welcome.
Thank you, Cynthia, for the update.
You're welcome. You'll have a good day.
You too. We're gonna go up to item number 4. This is brought by David Queen. Is he in? And this is a presentation from David Queen of Public Power Pool. The savings achieved by Presidio County from participating in the P3 program and the group's recent procurement for a new electricity contract for the 2026 through 2028 with Champion Energy Services. Mr. Quinn.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to come present to you all today. My name is David Quinn. I'm the Program Manager for Public Power Pool. We're a 501c4 political subdivision corporation created by Texas counties back in 2002 when the legislature deregulated electricity. We manage about 3,500 accounts with about $60 million per year in electricity. It's about 3,500 accounts, and we've saved members about $210 million since the program began. There's a handout on the inside of that blue folder I just gave out. I'm not sure if it's up on the screen. Current membership list, we have 103 members, including a lot of your neighboring counties. Brewster and Jeff Davis are both members of this as a city of Marfa. We have heavy representation in West Texas, going all the way up to Midland, Ector County, Howard County, Crockett County, just to name a few. As I mentioned on page 3, you can see the savings achieved to date. This is our calculation of the savings achieved by comparing the rate that you've paid or the members have paid since the program began compared to the market setting price for electricity. Since 2002, that's $210 million saved. For Presidio County, you've been with us since 2016. Page 4 shows you the calculation there. We're showing about $96,000 saved against market using the same calculation. What you've paid in each of our fixed rate contracts you've been part of compared to the market settling price since you joined the program in 2016. Now the PUC has us calculate savings a different way. And that's shown on page 5. Every year we send out what we call a House Bill 3693 report. And that is designed to show you the information to provide constituents regarding your consumption and your total spend. And then the PUC's methodology for calculating savings shows that just in 2024, we saved about $22,000 against their benchmark savings calculation. So we'll take their methodology over ours because the biggest savings is $22,000 just in 2024. We are in the process of calculating what that will be for 2025, and we'll send that out to you all in April. Just a quick word about how we do the procurement. We did our last procurement for the new contract last spring. And so we sent out a procurement proposal to members showing you what the very maximum is that we will be authorized to procure at. And then we start the process of issuing an RFP. We send it out to every retail electric provider in the state. We're not trying to steer business to any one preferred provider. We want to make sure everyone's got an equal opportunity to bid on this contract. And we work with the board. They instruct us when we should go out and start requesting indicative pricing. We go through several rounds just to make sure that everything is going to operate properly. And then once we observe a good buying opportunity, we will go to the board and make a request that we go to seek executable pricing from the retailers. By that time, we usually have a short list of 4 to 6 retailers. So we'll go out to that short list. It will give us their best price on a given day, which was June 25th, 2025. And we awarded the contract to a new provider, Champion Energy. Previous contract was with MP2 Shell. But they got beaten out in the pricing. And Champion's price prevailed, so we have transitioned all of our 3,500 accounts from the old contract with Shell Energy to the new contract with Champion. That's a 3-year contract for 2026 through 2028. Now, when we started the procurement, we did have the opportunity to go up to 10 years, but the price wasn't available below our ceiling rates starting in 2028. So we're going to be going back out to the marketplace, watching that, seeing if there's an opportunity for us to be able to lock in an additional year or 2 or 3 if that price is available. But just tell you where we are with the marketplace right now on page 8. There's a graph that looks like this. That blue line at the top shows you the pricing is currently available for 2029, the first open year that we have that we're looking to fill. That's the market setting price, tracked day by day through the year. For us to be able to come in below the ceiling, that blue line needs to drop down below that red dotted line of about 5 cents per kilowatt hour. We're not there. I don't think we're going to get there anytime soon, given market conditions. But we're watching this on a daily basis so that if that does become an opportunity, then we're going to go out and seek information to add in additional years and lock you in at a lower rate. The rate that we negotiated for you, if you flip back a page, the group-wide average rate was 6.04 cents per kilowatt hour for the group. But based on your location, you're paying a little bit less than the group-wide average. You're in at 5.81 cents. And that is a locked price over the 3-year contract. The forward budget report on page 7, that's probably the most useful document we produce that tells you exactly how much you should be looking to budget forward each fiscal year, so you know to the dollar what you're going to be spending on electricity. And we can break that out by any number of different individual meters. We can do it by a different date, term length, fiscal year, calendar year. This shows you a fiscal year on the left-hand side of the packet with a calendar year one as well. So that's my presentation. Happy to answer any questions. The last page is really just a list of reasons why we think we're the best in the business. We're able to offer services that brokers can't offer, and we're doing it a lot more cheaply than brokers offer. We charge 99 cents per megawatt hour. Most brokers are charging $3 to $5 per megawatt hour. We've got a better quality contract designed to protect your interests in the marketplace. And if you add accounts, delete accounts, those are all the established contract rate. There's no minimum use requirements. There's no penalties if you delete any number of accounts. It's a better quality contract. If your bills are late or if they are incorrect, then we can go after the retailers for penalties. We've done that in the past and refunded that difference back to members. So it's a better quality contract. Essentially, with P3, you're benefiting from the leverage we have in the marketplace of aligning your load with 103 other entities to get a better deal. I'm happy to answer any question.
Don't have any question?
Yeah, Dave. So, this is just a presentation, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We've had a contract with them since 2016. We seem to be happy.
Yes,
with you.
we are happy, we
um,
don't have to do any of this ourselves. Yeah.
You would make me a lot happier if you could do whatever dance you do and get below that red dotted line on our rate.
Yeah.
But I do have a question. You said you work with, Brewster County and with Jeff Davis County.
Yeah.
Are they paying the same rate as we are? What can you say?
Every member pays a slightly different rating based on two factors. One is location in the state. You're all in the West Zone, so that element would be the same. But it's also how the composition of your accounts.
Okay.
Some members have more high demand accounts,
Right.
some have more street lights, some have more low demand accounts. So the pricing buckets that we have attached to each of those types of accounts is going to vary by member based on which ones they're using more.
Okay. Okay.
But it is approximately the same. I think, Bruce is in about 5.8, I think.
Right, 5.8.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like really good. Do y'all have any input that y'all want to share with us? I know this is just a presentation, but.
Right, but we've been working with them and, it takes away all the work that would come from us doing all this, which we have no knowledge, right? And I believe Champion's starting next month, I believe.
Champion, you should start getting bills from Champion probably this month
Yes.
because it transitions in January, but because of the billing delay, you probably won't get those bills. Just get them, make
Yeah,
it.
that was our only question, and I emailed, I think I emailed you, with that, and then they informed us that we were getting those invoices with the new provider starting this month. Oh, please.
And you will still continue to receive bills from the old provider, NP2, as long as that was the service provided through the end of January. If you start receiving any bills, the service after January, we want to know because there could be an error.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah.
We'll look at those and get back to you with any questions.
Well, having had to have dealt with the defunding of the North Parks and all those electrical meters, I'm really happy we're with the power pool because I saw what the new lessees have to pay for electricity. And this is just a brilliant strategy. So thank you for your presentation and the work on that.
The commission, just as a reminder, that you do have meters that we cannot represent because they're in the co-op. So we're only able to bring into the program accounts in the deregulated part of it.
So only our AEP account, but if we have any Rio Grande Electric,
We can't touch the Rio Grande Electric.
get rid of Rio Grande Electric. Okay, thank you.
Do we have anything, Commissioner? Thank you, Mr. Quinn.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity. Cars will involve if you have any follow-up questions.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and go to item number 5. This item is brought by Mr. Danny Dominguez, is he in the audience? Is he virtual? Danny?
Sure.
Sheriff? Sorry. Discussion with action to surplus a 2013 Ford F-150 purchased by the Operations Store Garden Funds. Do we have them?
Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, so this item is to request approval to surplus a 2013 Ford F-150 purchased with Operation Stone Garden funds. If approved, we'll submit the required documentation to the granting agency for authorization to dispose of the vehicle. In accordance with grant guidelines, the county has the option to purchase the vehicle at fair market value. If the county does not elect to do so, the vehicle will be sold through public auction. And this truck currently has approximately 147,000 miles and requires significant mechanical repairs, including transmission, turbo, and air conditioning issues. Due to age, condition, and maintenance needs, it's no longer efficient to retain and service. So the estimated fair market value based on Kelley Blue Book is approximately $12,500. Final sale price will be determined through the approved disposal method, and all proceeds will be returned to the OPSG fund and applied toward replacement equipment.
Nice, and thank you for letting us know that we do not want that.
It's worthless.
I would I would move that we approve, the surplusing of a 2013 Ford F-150, then as listed on the agenda, purchased with Operation Stone Garden funds.
I have a motion on the table. I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Thank you,
carries.
commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next item is, discussion with action to request annex office by our tax assessor collector. Occupied right now by Ms. Bianca Velo with, our road and bridge department.
Hey, Nance.
Nancy?
Hi. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm currently, I have a closet and I'm in the closet. So, this lady, she's been wonderful whenever I need her office because I need some privacy because the customer will go in there wanting to talk about their taxes and maybe they're delinquent and it's kind of an embarrassing situation for them to be sitting there in front of everybody, the other person talking about their situation, so they want some privacy. So Mrs. Bainon has been nice enough to let me borrow her office and I go in there to talk to the customers. But I do need some privacy because here in Presidio, everybody and their mama knows me. So when I'm sitting there trying to do some work, you know, people come up and pay their taxes and they're like, "Hi, Nancy," and I can't just go, "Hi." I gotta get up and kind of have a, you know what it's like in a little town. So, and I don't have that problem in Martha because nobody knows me. Only the people that are really mad and want to talk to me, they'll talk to me. But other than that, their taxes, nobody really requests that they want to meet with me. But here in Presidio, I do. So I need a space for me. So that's why, and I found out that, I don't know, she's leaving.
We're getting moving to the new yard.
Yeah. So I know it's gonna become available. As far as the timeline, Ms. Heisler asked me yesterday, I do wanna put one, but not, because as long as she's there, Mrs. Bairon, we can share. But if you hire somebody else and she's not there, then I do wanna move in. I don't wanna share with anybody else, in other words. I'll share with her, but
Well, Bianca is there. I mean, you know.
Hey, Ruben, can you stand up so I can hear you?
Sure.
Did I just hear that Bianca is going to be out of the position and someone else?
no, I'm just saying in case
Oh,
she
okay.
decides, I'm just trying
That's
to.
why I'm asking you to stand up.
I'm trying to dot all my i's and cross all my
Right.
t's, because if somebody else comes, you're gonna say, you didn't say a timeline, Nancy. So this person can stay in there. I'm saying while she's there, and if you guys approve that you do give me that space, I'll share with her. But if she leaves for some reason, I don't know, you know, I'm just saying, I'm trying to be very explicit about what I'm saying.
Our goal is for moving whatever department office from this office to the new yard. As soon as we have it ready, then we'll move on.
Okay, and I don't know, but that's why I'm requesting that office. I really do need it. I need.
Is it my loan
I
okay
need
with
it.
this?
If you would give it to me, I'd be appreciated.
Well, she's not, we're not fighting over my office.
No.
Which is a good thing.
She just wants it on record that if Mr. Carrasco fires me, or if I quit, if he wants to get a replacement for that office, she comes in.
Okay.
And
I don't share with
if
anybody
I
else.
move to another office, they don't fill that office, it's another department. She wants it for her.
I think I have the language to make a motion.
Okay.
Yeah, and just Obed, you know, you're new in your position, but office space is sacred.
I have been
Yeah,
listening to all the previous meetings.
right,
Especially that office, no?
right.
Everybody's fighting for that one.
Right, but what you should know is that I think it happened before you came on court. We did some line item transfers so that Ruben has the money now with laborers to complete that new road and bridge office, which has been in the works for 6 years. So I am in full support of this. I talked with Ms. Bayonne, I talked with, Nancy, and I do have the language to make a motion, that I'm gonna make, unless y'all wanna keep discussing.
Yeah.
No, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
We moved on there.
The only deal that I am concerned is that if she gets fired, then we don't have an office for Road and Bridge. So
They can-
that's the only concern I have.
I'll give you my closet.
The language is not gonna be in here about it can only be if Bianca's there. Because a position is a position,
Yes.
and that's something I'm sure you can work out, you know,
And we're working on having that office finished, so it should be in the works pretty quick, so.
right.
Just in case,
Right.
because I don't know if
I mean, I'm with
Ruben
you,
gets
it should happen.
the wrong foot and
before she
fires
goes.
Bianca. Not nice.
I missed it. Can you restate the wording?
I haven't made a motion yet.
Not yet.
Claire.
Okay. I was trying to keep up. Sorry.
Right. I'm going to move that we approve the request regarding the annex office space currently occupied by Ms. Bianca Bayonne of the Road and Bridge Department to the tax assessor collector's office with the date to be determined once Road and Bridge office in the new yard is habitable. That means it's gotta have a bathroom, it's got to have AC. We can't just move whomever, and this isn't just about Bianca, this is about a human being.
Yes.
Did you capture that, Helen? So that's my motion.
So I have a motion on the table. I have a second, all in favor? Aye, motion carries. Our next item is by our tax assessor collector, also is in discussion with action to consider hiring a Presidio County election administrator who plans, organizes, coordinates, and manages federal, state, and county elections in all.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a job description for elections administrator for the commissioners, in case you don't know what that is. Exactly, and I know that this was addressed, previously by the previous county clerk. So, but I hope you guys reconsider, we have new commissioners now that might understand the situation a little bit better.
So,
Or their description for the county elections administrator. You wanna take a look at it?
So I think we can have a discussion, but I don't think we can have an action on it until budget time, because this was never
Where,
a budgeted item.
where, we're gonna discuss it. I know they can't take any action until the budget, but I just wanna plant the seed.
So I have tried to plant this seed as well. My understanding is we have two offices, which is the tax assessor collector's office and the county clerk that has to put on our elections. And both of those offices are already overwhelmed with their primary jobs. Nancy was absolutely correct when she stated that last year, our former clerk, Florecita Zubia, brought this to our attention, and there was not the will of the court to make a move on that. I have brought it up numerous times where I feel that there are monies within our budget that could be better utilized, but that will be discussed during the budget deliberation.
Yeah, if you look at the budget, the county clerks, they have an elections, funds budget. I gave it to you, $46,677.89. There is a budget for the elections already. In our office, the only budget we have for our elections is the $2,000 overtime, is that correct, Debbie?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all we have.
And it's actually the tax assessors, overtime budget, it's not gonna, it doesn't include any elections.
So I don't have,
So she doesn't have
I
any
don't have
elections.
anything for my elections, but yeah, we do have the voters registration in our office. And it does take a lot of time. And you say, well, why? Since I came in, you've been doing the office sign-in sheets because I wanted to, because thinking of this, that I need to come back and tell you, well, what's the influx of people that you have coming in your office? And that was my goal, to come back and tell you after a year, see that we do have plenty of work. If you see this sheet that I gave you, it's the tally of the sign-in sheet for the year that we've had in Presidio. There's total work days about, including holidays, about 250. But we had a total of 7,203 people coming in, which gives you an average of 20, more or less 28, 29 people a day. In Marfa, at the tax office, we had a total influx of, for the year, I'm just talking about the calendar year, 2,950 people, which gives us an average of about 12 people a day. So we have the voter registration thing here in our office, and it does, it's a lot. The chief deputy clerk, she's the one that's been taking care of that, and it is time consuming. It is. So we don't have a budget, the county clerks, and I know, Carolina, the county clerk, you wanna get rid of it too, right?
We don't want to get rid of it.
Oh, not rid of it, but assign somebody else to dedicate, because her office is real busy also, she can tell you,
Correct.
right?
Well, and this is gonna be a discussion and we're likely gonna move towards tabling this because,
No, I didn't expect any action.
Right, you and I.
see,
Yeah.
Because we do have, Obed, a new commissioner, and
Right.
you're new, you didn't hear this. Well, as far as when the previous county clerk, you were here? No.
I was
She wasn't-
going to commissioners court meetings for
Yes,
2
But
years.
she was, oh, we're good, you heard about it.
I'm
But you
very
weren't a
familiar.
commissioner as to where you could,
Vote on it.
right.
Yes, and I can vote on it now.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. So commissioners, this is a huge issue, not only in Presidio County, but I would say across our nation, because our elections are being challenged
Yeah.
in such a way. And if we do not have a dedicated position to really do the necessary work, we have the potential of getting into trouble.
Yeah.
I will say that, our auditor and I discussed this and she did a little homework. And we can't just create an elections auditor. There's a county elections administrator, commission.
Yeah,
And I think that's all been explained to you.
yes, I know.
But what I want to lean into, Nancy, because this keeps coming up, I'm going to recommend, and I think we can do it because it's an agenda item, that we put together a little subcommittee, not the commission, but the people that are willing to work on this very important item so that we're prepared when budget comes.
Yes, and that's why I wanted to put it. Also, I gave you something, there's a grant, I don't know if it still exists. I think you know about it, the Have a Grant.
That's how the county got their machines for voting. Through the Hubba grant. I applied for the grant, the county got that grant money, and the voting machines that the county has now, that is how the county has those, that we were able to afford those.
So I don't know if we can ask for it again, just to.
That grant, I think, came about because of COVID. It was around that time. I don't know right now what the elections grants are, but, the auditor and myself were talking the other day, maybe you can reach out to Lone Star,
To our grant writers.
to our grant writers to say, hey, can you look for some elections grants that we can use maybe to start off. I don't know what, right now what.
Okay, that's mainly my purpose, that I just wanted to put it out there before the budget, you know, to see, to get us ready and get us, if the commissioner's court decides to go with this, like you're saying,
Right.
besides, or so we can start prepping and do what's necessary to get it on this next budget if it does pass. But I know the
love
county
that you
clerk's
brought this
office
up.
and the tax assessor's office would be truly grateful to the commissioners and the judge if you would help us with this.
So the commission, the government code is very specific on who will be on the commission.
County
And
clerk,
it is the
tax
county
assessor,
judge
county
is the
judge.
chair, the county clerk is the vice chair, the county tax assessor collector as the secretary, and the county chair of each political party, which would be both our Democrats and Republican. That's part of the commission. But what I want to talk about is us putting together a little subcommittee so that we can start working on this and be prepared. And I really think the makeup of the subcommittee should be a member from your office, the tax assessor collectors, a member from the auditor's office, a member from the clerk's office. And I think someone on Commissioner's Court needs to be there so that it's fully understood, because it will eventually be brought back to Commissioner's Court in August when we're doing budget.
And I want to
So-
chime in. I believe if an administrator is created, that office, that department will be under the county judge. Does anyone have information that's different?
No, that's correct, Claire.
Okay, so then I think it would be important for the county judge to be on that committee as well, because the most important thing will be making sure that the county judge is in tune with what's going to happen, because it's going to end up falling in his office.
So Blair, that's the makeup of the commission. This is what I consider a worker bee committee to get all the information together to start presenting. So are you saying that our county judge should be on a worker bee committee to make sure that we get everything together? Because if you're saying that, then we should say here.
I mean, that is what I'm saying. You did mention someone on the Commissioner's Court should be on it. I think if that's the case, it probably should be the judge, because like I said, when this office is created, it's going to fall under the judge's lap, and we don't want him to be surprised with information. So if he's on the committee, he's at least learning about it and, becoming apprised of all the duties that are technically going to become his responsibility of his department. It's just a
Okay, I
recommendation.
got that.
Yeah.
You may have the judge and another commissioner, as long as it's not a quorum. You can still have the judge, because it's gonna fall under his office. I do agree with Blair that he needs to be part of those
Right.
discussions. And another commissioner that wants to be part of that, so we can work out budget and whatever this person's gonna be doing.
So Blair, are you okay with us? Did you hear what Alicia just said?
Yeah, I think the judge plus one commissioner is totally fine. You just can't throw in a second one, because then you've got a quorum.
No,
You can't do the
no.
judge and two commissioners, right? But yeah, that's great. I think the more people involved, I mean, you don't want too many people involved, because then nothing gets done. But having the involvement of two commissioners will be excellent, and that way, when it is brought to Commissioner's Court, at least half of the commissioner, or what is this, 40% of the Commissioner's Court is already apprised of what's going on. So I think that would be great.
Okay, so we're looking at a 5-member subcommittee. This is not an action item. I'm happy to serve on that committee. Do you want to serve on that
Yes, of
committee?
course.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, then maybe Obed needs to be on it, because I'm on quite a few committees. So,
We can probably bring that next meeting.
I'll bring it up as an agenda item
agenda.
next meeting.
I just have one last thing, as far as salary, I know what you're thinking, we don't have any money, we can't. I looked into other counties more or less, how much their EA it ranges somewhere from 30,000 to 40,000, somewhere there. So,
Yeah, I spoke to Nancy and I believe this should be a salary position. And they do a lot of overtime and having an hourly employee would just it would make it a bigger expense. And I think the range is for like a, executive assistant, but somebody could make.
okay, well, that's it. Thank you for listening, and hopefully we can do something. Right, Connie Clerk, you're all for it?
I'm all for it.
So, we, discussed this, but we have to take action. Do we table this?
Yeah, I make a motion that we table this item.
Well, I have a motion on the table. Do I have a second?
No, sir.
All in favor?
I,
Motion carries the table.
Just say if anybody wants to verify my total worth, they come in our office. You don't believe me.
Thank you, Nancy. We're gonna go to, item number 8. This is a item brought by our county judge, Mr. Jose Portillo, and, his discussion with action to approve project manager for the RLEM, the Rural Leaders for Economic Mobility, in furtherance of the local job creation for the Texas Pacific Railroad. And I believe, we have.
Yes, so this is the agenda item, but I have some information on it. And Commissioner, I'll give you a quick update and, get you up to speed with it. So RLEM stands for Rural Leaders for Economic Mobility. And it was a grant program that we were fortunate enough to get. The total award is $50,000. And we were actually one of the 10 counties in the nation to receive this grant. It's a new program, but it's treated more as an investment. Basically, those funds are to be used for something more long-term. When we started looking into economic mobility, we kind of started with one project, but some things didn't align, so we had to switch it over. In your drive, you'll find a guideline and a structure of what we're currently working on. And that one is focusing on the railroad project that is currently happening, coming. It tends to pause and delay, but this time it's coming. And we want to see if we can hire or have someone as a project manager to spearhead that structure and stimulate the railroad project in a way that they can provide any workforce to local people, right? We know that this thing will pretty much impact Presidio County as a whole. And in one way or another, if jobs can be created, for any railroad cars, for maintenance, anything like that. And kind of going back to the agenda item, the project manager that was selected, and I would say before approval, right, by the judge is Miss Amanda Newton. And attached, you'll find 2 resumes on there explaining her expertise and all that as well. Any questions?
Is this gonna cover, is this just a one thing deal, or is she gonna, if hired, gonna have like do we have to put on the budget afterwards?
So the way it would work, since these funds are external, they're coming out from a award from NACO, but the funds were supplied by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So these are funds that we have to use specifically for this. Yes, it's a grant. So once, let's say that she is approved and she starts in there, I've also attached a kind of contract timeline sort of thing that outlines the work that she'll do, but only a structure, and she'll be working for a 9-month period.
Yes, Commissioner, so it's like one-time grant, so once the funds are done, she's gonna be serving for those 9 months. Her duties will be over with the county.
Okay, that was my question.
And then the other thing to keep in mind, I think you were going in that kind of question. I've asked NACO, is there ever going to be another opportunity for something like this? But no, I think that the idea is that it's a long-term investment, right? You do what you can with those funds.
Mm-hmm.
so help me with that, my internet's down again. I saw your document earlier. So we're gonna pay, Amanda, is that her name?
Correct.
We're gonna pay her salary, and then we'll work with the Workforce Commission, and that's how we'll pay the other people's.
Correct, and that's actually, that will fall under her jurisdiction. She has that experience, she knows how to,
Right.
It'll be on her plate to work it however she thinks is best, most efficiently to use those funds and produce results.
Okay, so you think 50K is enough to keep her for 9 months?
So that was one of the things going into consideration, once the county judge looked at her to be selected, is someone that was up for it, right? The amount of money is not something, extravagant, but it's more of that passion that she's got the experience, she wants to do it, could hit the ground running. The other thing is, there's no benefits. I mean, she's not gonna get benefits or anything at all.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be a county employee per se.
Yes.
I have a question. Oh, I'm sorry, Deirdre, finish.
No, go ahead, Laura.
I just got this contract at 7:30 p.m. last night, so I'm just now looking at it this morning. It's not finished, right? It was a draft, Ramon, but right now it looks like it's on for approval in the agenda. How are you looking to move this to the next meeting till there's a finished contract?
No, so the idea was that, so yesterday I connected with the auditor and she advised me to go ahead and send it to you. And that one is just a draft. The idea is that if you see in the actual contract, the numbers are not plugged in yet. The idea was that we would kind of talk about that and get that edited and get it complete.
Because there's other problems with the contract.
So, Madam Attorney, I always like you to review stuff before I'm willing to approve anything. I know this grant is on a tight timeline, right?
Yes, the other thing is, we spoke to NACO and we had already talked about, contracts and all of that. And actually, since this is a very different grant program, it's not technically needed, but we decided to bring it in just for a formality.
County regulations are.
It is.
Yeah.
You have to follow county guidelines, whether NACO requires them or not, our county requires to have a contract. And we cannot just pay somebody because the grant tells us. We require a contract because this person will be working. This is a county grant, this money belongs to the county and it has to be used, following county guidelines.
Right. So, Madam Attorney, I'm hearing from the auditor and I'm hearing from you that the contract is not ready for us to approve a project manager at this time. Is that correct?
I think the judge.
Yeah, it's a
wanted
very
you to-
dirty draft. There's a lot of buttoning up and terms that need to be added. Just for example, of course, the compensation's not in there, which he mentioned, but it's also not explaining like when the first payment and the final payments go through. How the grant fund, if the grant funds says awarded to Presidio County, are they pre-awarded, or is this contingent upon an award coming through?
So
And then just
Let me
there's
speak on that. We already received $5,000 from that grant. We have the funds available to
Right.
start the process. I think what the judge wanted was for you guys to approve this person, and then if you guys approve this, you approve a contract for the next meeting.
Okay.
so that's
So
why.
you want us to approve Amanda?
Yes, but the other thing is, that's why those actual segments are uncovered and they haven't had the details in there yet to discuss it. So basically, the county auditor already kind of touched on it. The amounts, basically what we already have is 25,000. Once that one is paid out,
Yes.
NACO will release the another half of the funds. And one thing I do have is, I imagine that this isn't the first person or the first time that this is done. So is there like a sample contract that you may already have? Because this is what I drafted.
Right.
That's-
Maybe Black can help us with that. Does Amanda have a sample contract that she uses to provide services?
Well,
Usually,
no.
we get those from the vendors.
What I went ahead and asked her is for the actual invoice, but I can go ahead
Yeah.
and look into
If
it.
you have a sample, Black can look at it, and maybe we can, whatever Blair's saying that is wrong with this, maybe we can modify it. To
I think
whatever
so.
She requires.
I think so, but if the county attorney does say, I mean, she says it's a dirty contract, if she has one herself, that would work.
Well, contracts
what
are
is-
dependent upon what the work is being done. So there isn't like one contract that applies to any kind of employment or contractor, right? So no, I don't have like a form contract that applies to any contractor that we would hire. Contractors are very fact specific on what the contract is for. If she has a contract that she uses, and that's normally what happens when we're hiring independent contractors, is they send us a contract that they use, for their jobs. And we look at it and say, this contract looks great, or we might redline a couple of parts and say, will you, add this to your contract? Will you agree to this? And then we go from there. If she doesn't have a contract, then I can draft one, but I'll have to get with her to figure out what it is that her job is, because it's hard for me to, if I don't know what her job is, it's hard for me to draft a contract based on her job.
Someone has a drawing guideline, so as you can base it off of that.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the point I'm going to. I think we can probably sit down and look at one that's more specific, but again, for you to go ahead and review.
And what is Amanda's last name? We're bumped off the drive right now.
Oh, Amanda Newton. Amanda Newton.
Yes, sorry, there is no.
So as I understand it, we are just going to be, I'm ready to make action item. I move that we approve Amanda Newton as the project manager for the RLEM Rural Leaders for Economic Mobility. That's all I'm gonna say. Is that good for you, Blair?
Her action plan.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think so. I'll defer to Alicia on the policy on whether you can approve her before the contract, but I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine. And then next meeting, we'll bring a contract.
We'll bring you a contract and then we'll do that next. Okay, that's my motion.
I have a motion on the table. Do I have a second? I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Our next item is item number 9, brought by Ms. Alicia Sanchez, our county auditor. And this is the discussion with action to award the RFQ number 26-01 engineer for the new CDBG 2026 CFC grants cycle subject to grant award and successful contract negotiations.
Yes, so back in, give me 1 second to get on my paper. Okay, so the county is in the process of developing an application for the 2026 Texas CDBG Colonial Fund Construction Grant. We moved on to phase 2, and as part of this process, the county must procure a grant administrator. Are we at RFQ, right?
Yes.
1 second, to procure an engineer. I apologize, I put it as administrator, but it's an engineer to assist in the development and awarded the grant project implementation at the January 7, 2026 meeting for Cedar County Commissioners Court approved to reissue RFQ 26-01 for procuring engineer and architect using the RFQ procurement process. An evaluation team of Commissioner Heisler, Commissioner Ortiz, which was later replaced by Commissioner Knight and Road and Bridge System Bianca Bayon, was also appointed at that meeting. The RFQ was advertised in the local newspaper as required. The submission deadline for this RFQ was March 13, 2026. One proposal was received, and this was from Centurion. Copies from the proposal from Centurion and the RFQ documents were sent to the evaluation team members who reviewed and rated the proposal on March 17, 2026. The combined proposal rating was an average of 95 points out of 100, and the range was 94 to 96 points. The evaluation summary is attached, and the recommendation is that the award be made to Centurion. Contract development negotiation can begin after award. The final contract will come before Commissioners Court for final approval. And on your drive, I don't know if you have access.
We don't.
Okay. In the Centurion, I have a paper copy here. In the Centurion evaluation summary. So if you have questions for the committee, Bianca and Deidre are present. They were part of that evaluation committee, and they can answer any questions you have.
So Centurion was the only one, because I'm seeing there's Lone Star and, oh, the RFQ.
Yes, for engineering services. If the court decides to give the contract to Centurion, we'll bring it back. Also, everything's contingent on Presidio County receiving the actual award.
Yes. So
Thank you.
just to remind the court, this is for the Colonial grant that we were discussing earlier. So this is the engineering services. And the first time we put it out, commissioners, we did not even receive anything for engineering services. I did call just about every individual that they had worked with and got really good feedback on Centurion. They have an appropriate staff to be able to do the job. They have a good running record, would you say, Bianca? Yeah. So we had no problem in recommending Centurion for this RFQ.
And all is contingent on TDA awarding the grant to Presidio County.
So I'm going to make a motion that we award RFQ number 2601 engineer for the new CDBG 2026 CFC grant cycle, subject to grant award and successful contract negotiation to Centurion. And what is the last name? Centurion Planners?
Planning something like that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
There's my action item.
Planning and design. Hello. Centurion Planning and Design. Can you hear us?
Centurion Planning and Design.
So I have a motion on the table. I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Congratulations, Centurion, and thank y'all for submitting a proposal.
You're welcome. Good luck on the grant. We hope it's successful for the community.
Thank you. Thank you. So item number 10, discussion with action to award RFP number 26-01 administrative services for the new CDBG 2026 CFC grant cycle, subject to the grant award and successful contract negotiations. Those are the ones we saw.
Okay, let me find out, because I gave copies of the same one thing. Okay, so I can bring this one. So same thing, it's for the 2026 Texas CDBG Colonial Fund Construction Grant. We reissued this RFQ again, January 7, 2026. The deadline was March 13, 2026. We received 3 proposals for administrative services. The evaluations are attached to your drive. The first one was from Centurion. Fortunately, Centurion is not eligible to be given, one firm is not eligible to be given an RFP and an RFQ. You have to contract a different provider for RFP. So Centurion is not eligible for this RFP. We also had Grant Works submit an RFP and Lone Star Strategy Group submit another RFP. According to the evaluation committee, they scored, they are supposed to the award be given to Grant Works. The total, which is, I can't open the name, I apologize for it. This total scoring, combined scoring for Grant Works is 296.14 points. And for Lone Star Strategy Group is 208 points. Centurion is 0 points. So the Committee recommends to award RFP 2601 to GrantWorks.
So Grand Works is, I printed this out. I see it's 55,600.
Yes, sir.
Más o menos.
Yes, but.
In Lone Star is 40,000.
Yeah, and based on the scoring criteria, because you cannot disqualify their project.
Those are basically, I printed those.
Yes, they got the 15 points allowed for pricing, Lone Star did.
So I will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion then, Commissioner. I move that we award RFP number 26-01 Administrative Services for new CDBG 2026 CFC grant cycle, subject to grant award and successful contract negotiation to GrantWorks.
I have a motion on the table. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Item number 11, administrative updates and announcements for the county judge and commissioners. Do we have anything, Commissioner?
You know, the big thing, and I think everyone here knows that we were invited to the Big Bend sector CDP meeting, and I did craft a briefing paper on that to keep everyone apprised. I've shared it with some of y'all. If anyone wants to see my notes, it was fully vetted with Chief Easterling. And the great news was that while talking with Chief Easterling on Sunday night, they decided not to put up a physical barrier wall in the remaining 5.6 miles of Big Bend Ranch State Park that is in Presidio County. The other thing I'm going to report, and just I'm tired and I want to get out of here, is that the new scoreboard is finally up at Vizcaíno Park, and we're working towards getting that up.
Can I just, I'm gonna piggyback off that. I do want to let the court know that our junior high boys baseball team that we haven't had in years is now using that field. So thank you for that scoreboard, Commissioner.
You're very welcome.
Hopefully someday we'll have a high school baseball.
They're working towards that. They're building it in the junior varsity, so that those, when they get varsity age, they'll have good baseball.
They have been good baseball players. We've been working with these boys since they were T-balling. They just needed it.
That's all I got.
So, Commissioner, Armando, do you have anything?
We had I don't know if you remember the last meeting, we had Mike Angel here, he was awesome.
Charlie Angel.
Charlie Angel saying like that somebody was doing stuff on his property. I tried to talk to him, and we had already agreed to meet at 3 p.m. one of the days, but he just sent me a text, if I need to talk to him, talk to his lawyer. But I talked to the judge yesterday, and we talked there, and I think we're good as far as we don't get into his property, as far as cleaning the old church, Catholic church street, and trying to prevent the old cemetery, the retro cemetery from falling apart, or having pavement. So I think we're good.
Margarito, are we addressing all those concerns that the Texas Historical Commission?
Yes. Ruben's working with it, and as soon as we get the okay, we'll work with it.
Thank you.
I think we got almost approval from, that we're gonna clean just the bed of the street, we're not gonna get into anybody's property. But I think we're good.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anybody else? I've been talking to the judge about her office for Road and Bridge. And on the first meeting, we have to transfer some line item transfer for the monies. But I've been talking to the judge and to Ruben. I believe that on the next meeting, I'm going to put an item so that we can hire somebody, so that they can tackle the whole office and finish it right away. And we've been going out to that it's embarrassing. Honestly, we have all this pressure outside, and I believe that in Marfa and Presidio, we should put a wall around it so that we can keep our stuff and probably build some shades and all this stuff. But this is gonna be in phases, you know?
Commissioner, I believe we went, that line item transfer.
Yes, but this, I remember that is for some of his personnel to finish it.
No, he has two people, it's contract.
Contract people, yeah.
Yes, the guys that work for that, they're not employees of the county, they're contract. He contracts them for specific projects and he's hired them to finish that. So he shouldn't be
So
hiring anybody else.
that's something that I wanna work with, because we wanna finish that office and have a decent place for the county to go and sit or whatever, you know? That's one of the things I wanna tackle and check on the Marfa yard.
We
I don't
have
know.
a Marfa yard.
We don't have a Marfa yard.
There's no such thing.
Well, that's things that I've been going around and checking stuff up, and those are the one things that I want to tackle. And there's some more items but I'm gonna go baby steps. But that's our main deal. And on the roof here, I remember that we passed. I was not commissioner, but I don't know how much money do we have to fix this roof.
So there's no actual budget for the roof. What I told Commissioner Hernandez is that Frankie had budgeted about $48,000 to purchase mini splits. So if the court considered that that was not good use of that money, you can probably put those funds into fixing whatever you can with that money in this building.
So I want to see if I can.
We had agreed, Margarita, you were gonna start talking to some contractors.
Yeah.
Because we have that full report on this, right?
Yeah. And I did talk to one of the gentlemen, he's gonna come and look at it.
But do we have to put RFPs?
It's because it's a governmental building, there's some requirements.
Right.
I don't recall them right now, I apologize. But it's up to the court, you can put out an RFP or RFQ, this would be an RFQ because you will need a qualified engineer or architect. It's up to the court to decide if they wanna do that because it's under the $100,000 threshold. But it's up to the court to do, we do have to follow some steps.
And Obed, we paid for a major study. Have you seen that copy?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I'll send it to you. That outlined doing all the repairs. And I will tell you, not one of those phases of doing a repair on any building comes in at $48,000.
Yeah.
We're talking, but I would like us to revisit that and figure out, and maybe we get it all in order for come budget, for next fiscal year. But I'm gonna make a note, and I'm gonna send you that one.
Going back on the procedure yard, what we transferred, how much money was that?
It was about $40,000.
Okay, because I got two, I just asked some people to go and take a look at it. One is around 25,000 to finish it, and the other one is around 38,000.
I think what's happening is that there's two contract workers in Road and Bridge. Those contract workers are only to be working on a specific project for a limited amount of time. If you don't think those workers can accomplish what you're looking, they should be let go and you hire a specific person.
Yeah, that's what because I believe Mr. Carrasco said that about a month he would be out, and I don't think it's going to be in a month. This was 2 weeks ago, and the sheriff wanted that space over there, and that's why I went over there and checked it out, and he said, it's not going to be ready in a month.
Yes, sir.
I've gone over here.
So I believe we should use that money wisely and get some contractor and finish it right.
That's up to you guys.
And it's good for them, for everybody,
Well,
and it's our house, and it looks like crap. Honestly.
I thought that's why we moved the money, so that you could get a contractor and get that finished.
So we don't have to do an RFP, we just get a contract?
For
It's under 100,000? Yeah, for the yard.
No,
We got the money, huh? Okay,
or you wanna hire.
okay, perfect.
And Obed, we have all the material.
Yeah, we have everything. That's
With
why.
the two that are right now,
We have to let them go.
contractors, and that's what they're specifically, so those two would have to be let go.
Right.
Yeah, well,
Under
I believe you use them in the in the field, no, Ruben?
They
Can you-
can't
can you
be
tell us?
road and bridge crews.
Yeah.
Let me make everything clear so you don't get confused. On a yearly basis, road and bridge department was charged or is charged with so many different tasks. One task that is completely out of the normal of anyone is cleanup of Cibolo Creek flood levees and cleanup of the Redford flood protection detention pond.
Are those on county property?
Those are, well, it all depends how you see it.
Well, I'm asking you, are they on your surveyor?
It's on, the structures are within the county, and the county was charged to be responsible for the maintenance of those facilities. The Cibolo Creek levees start on the east, the northeast portion of the city of Presidio, and ends on the, I'll call it IBWC levy. Two different levies that we, on a yearly basis, we were charged, we were in charge of doing the maintenance. The contract with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers reads that the county is responsible with the assistance of the city of Presidio, because are within the city of Presidio for the benefit of the city of Presidio. So many years ago, the county decided to start hiring as a minimum two laborers to help us in doing the maintenance program, which includes cleanup and removal of whatever needs to be removed from the levees right away, including the channel.
So hold it.
So you're using these two contract laborers for this?
We have a contract with the Corps of Engineers that we're supposed to be doing that.
There's an agreement. I'm not sure if
Is
it's
it
a
an
contract.
agreement or a contract?
I'm not sure.
Blair, are you hearing this?
This is the first
So
I'm
when-
hearing of us having an agreement with the Corps.
Yeah, me too.
On a yearly basis, I go and do the inspection of the levees, and I report, and then the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers send a letter, and I'm sure you know, send a letter asking where the report with, these are our findings. So we follow those findings. And I've been in charge of doing it.
I think of there's a lot of confusion here. Ruben has contract budget. Doesn't matter who he hires. There's no limit on who can contract. There's a specific budget amount. He can hire two contract workers, three, whatever many he wants. Contract work is to be used for a specific amount of time in a specific project. Once that project is over, he needs to let them go. They're not county employees because the county does not pay for their benefits. Ruben's current labor budget is over. They moved money to be able to work on that the new yard.
That's what we have.
And you can hire whoever you want as contract. It is up to Ruben to let go of those two contract workers right now. If he needs more, he needs to come more budget, he needs to come to the court and request that extra budget.
So are you using the money that we just moved for your laborers to do road and bridge stuff, or have they already started working on the building?
They were moved from the road and bridges, regular work, which includes the Redford, Lagoons, and the Cibolo Creek cleanup. We
So
moved
basically, we're using
from
that.
there to the new yard, so they can start cleaning the new yard. So we can.
So we're already
Right.
working on that building.
We're working on it right
I didn't say anything like that, Ruben.
now. No, you didn't.
No.
So because they're
We
cleaning.
need to tackle that. It's not an action right now, it's just a discussion.
You
But
want to make-
you need to finish that office. It's healthy for everybody. It's
you want
healthy
to
for
make
you.
a change. of-
I saw one of
change
your, some Felipe, I think's his name.
Yeah.
He was there and no restroom, no nothing like that. We need to tackle that.
Right.
But we can.
And if you need some more personnel, like they say, you have to come to and let's budget it, see, if we have the
To me,
money.
to me, the best thing to do is, and we discussed the other day with the judge, is to get quotes for someone else to do it, so they can finish. it.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
And I think that's what Obed was proposing is,
To me,
let's
that's
hire
the way
a
to do it.
contract.
Yeah, we gotta tackle that. We gotta finish, we gotta fix our house,
Right,
basically.
right.
Just imagine having the courthouse with no windows or no restrooms.
And for the
So that's
Yeah.
one of the items.
Yes,
And I
sir.
wanna see if we can take it in phases. It's gonna take a lot of money. So we can have it to par with that, pero we really need to have, security. I can go in there and take a welder or put fuel on my truck. Because it's open.
Majority basis, we've been asking for the funds to finish it. But when it gets to the budget season, you'll know,
Yes, sir.
it changes. So they
It's-
remove
it's-
them.
Oh, you gotta put it on again this year?
But so let's stick to what we just budgeted. We just moved money
Enough money.
to be
That's-
working, enough
Yeah,
money
enough money
to
to
be
fix it.
working on the new yard.
So you have $40,000 in labor
Yeah, because we have.
to
all-
hire labor, whoever, it can be those guys everyone already has in place, can be somebody else. But it's already 40,000 there to get that project started.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Once we receive the quote, how much time will charge us to finish it, then we'll make the changes.
I got two already, Ruben, I'll share it with you. I need to get another one. So,
When we got the amount that is charged, for the quotes, then we can say, well, we have this much, we have sufficient money, or we don't have.
yeah. But if we have those 40 grand, the two proposals I have, they're under 40,000, so. And they can go tomorrow and start
They can start.
putting everything up.
Soon as the approval from Commissioner Court is okay, then we go ahead and start.
Yeah.
We finish it.
Thank you, Ruben.
Well,
So, on the next minute, I'll tell you something else that so that we can, anybody else have, anything else?
Just want to quickly comment on, just because it's been mentioned several times, the request for proposals or the bidding procedure. Texas law has changed that recently from $50,000 to $100,000. So when we're talking about, contracts for fixing the roof or really any kind of contract that the county enters into, we now do not have to do an RFP procedure for anything less than $100,000. So just want to make sure everyone's aware of that threshold. Once we go over $100,000, we have to do a bidding procedure, and we can't just willy-nilly pick someone without doing that procedure for those contracts.
Thank you. We're good?
Commissioners, this is
I'll
Gary.
make a motion.
Hello.
There's somebody else. Yes.
Commissioners, this is Gary Mitchkey, Emergency Management Coordinator. I just wanted to, a quick notice that next week, on Thursday, the 2nd, there's going to be a statewide emergency notification drill, and the county's going to participate in that with our reverse 911 system. And notices are going out to the public right now, just giving everybody in the county a heads up that we're going to be doing this. And essentially, it'll just be a notice that will be pushed out to the whole county as a test for our emergency notification system. So it's just kind of a heads up on that. And then also, I'd like to mention that both in Marfa and in Presidio, there will be a Skywarn class given by the National Weather Service. The one here in Marfa will be on Monday evening at 6:30 at the City Hall. And then I think the one in Presidio is going to be, I believe, on Wednesday of next week. And I think it's at the school. The Mayor Ferguson is kind of heading up the scheduling on that one, and I think he's probably posting that. But just anybody interested in the weather, it's a very good class, and I'd recommend it for everyone. But that's it. That's all I had.
Thank you. Do we have anybody else? Any other discussions? Yeah. Anything else? Nope. I need to entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
Okay. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you,